Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family. Get your popcorn and chips because we're gonna go through the entire Nasser Al-Khelaifi recent interview. Do I admit that I made mistakes in previous seasons? Of course, we made mistakes. I would never ever say or pretend that I haven't made mistake. We now have young players who are hungry. We're the third youngest team in Europe with a French identity. This is what we want. Great accountability here from Nasser Al-Khelaifi, showing that, nobody's perfect, everybody can make mistakes, but that we are at the best we've ever been. Young team, which means high potential for the future, and with a French identity. I mean, we're a French team. We have seen previously United, they had an English identity, Bayern had a German identity, Juventus, Italian identity, Barca, Spanish, Catalonian identity, and obviously Paris, PSG in France, gotta have a French identity. We don't need stars. Today, the star is Paris Saint-Germain. We need players who respect the jersey, who respect the club, and who give everything for the badge and for Paris Saint-Germain jersey. Great words here from Nasser Al-Khelaifi, showing that respect to PSG is what's most important from the players, obviously, including ability as well. When he says we don't need stars, I mean, I think still every club needs a star, and Kylian Mbappe is a star in himself. Probably Dembele is somewhat of a star as well, but it's great wording here from Nasser Al-Khelaifi, showing that PSG is the ultimate place. On Luis Campos, I'm very happy with him. I'm even proud of his work. We're very close. We talk every day, several times a day. He really does an extraordinary job. The club's plan with him, with the coach, is the development of young players. Our dream and our goals have players from our training center. There is everything in Paris to get there. Nasser Al-Khelaifi, in the previous one, talked about wanting the French identity in young players, and Luis Campos pretty much is the best sporting director to move into that project because he's the best one to sign young players with high potential, and that's exactly what he's done. We haven't seen, the academy and players straight from Paris being young, but I mean, Colomwani, Mukiele, Dembele, these are all Parisians that came to Paris Saint-Germain, and it's all part of the Nasser and Campos duo as the transfers. So I'm really glad, again with these comments. On Luis Enrique, I didn't have to convince him. He was very happy to join PSG. We wanted him to come. He wanted to come. It was really an easy discussion, very easy. I wanted us to play in the style of Luis Enrique, attacking an attractive football, regardless of the result. And I mean, Lucho has stick to his words in the beginning of the season, and it's great that Nasser talks this way about Luis Enrique. They have a great relationship, and that Lucho liked and respected and loved and adored PSG ever before entering into the club, which just tells you how people portray Paris Saint-Germain. On Joshua Kimmich, I don't want to talk about a player from another club because I respect Bayern München a lot. I have a very good relationship with Bayern, with Rummenigge. If we have an interest in a player, we will talk about it with the club. But the truth is that today we're looking at the transfer window, but we know what the transfer window is difficult, but we look at each possibility, how we can and how we want to develop to help the team progress. Again, huge respect here from Nasser to Bayern München. Not want to talk directly about any of their current players. I mean, we've seen Perez not having that respect, openly talking about Mbappe all the time. The thing is, Nasser, instead of saying, oh, you did a bad thing, I'm gonna do as well. No, Nasser keeps that respect. And Bayern, they don't like us that much. They always bring up that we're owned by Qatar and gas and oil money and all of that. But still, the respect is there between Nasser Al-Khelaifi and the club. And we love to see this. Obviously, he doesn't want to talk about Kimmich, but he lets you know that there is something in there. On Kylian Mbappe, of course, I want Kylian Mbappe to stay, certainly. For me, he's the best player in the world. And for me, the best club for Kylian is Paris. He's at the center of our project, and all of this is facts. Kylian Mbappe is the best player in the world. Kylian Mbappe is the center of the project, and obviously the best club for Kylian is Paris. I mean, he's French, he's from Paris. PSG is a French club located in Paris, and it's a club that's done pretty much every single thing. The only reason Mbappe is still at PSG is because we've done stuff that Madrid could not offer to Mbappe. And that's why Paris Saint-Germain is the best place for Kylian Mbappe to be in. Do I have a plan with Kylian Mbappe? And without Kylian Mbappe, I have a plan with Kylian. Again, Nasser Al-Khelaifi showing 100% confidence that Kylian Mbappe will remain as a PSG player. And the stance of Nasser Al-Khelaifi has always been the same, apart from last summer when he put a lot of pressure on Kylian Mbappe to remove those loyalty bonuses. But ever since then, the relationship between Nasser and the player has been exceptional, and Mbappe will probably extend at PSG. Kylian is a great man, a great player, but also a great person. As he said after the Trophée des Champions, he has an agreement with me. I don't want to talk about the money and say how much the deal is worth. We have a gentleman's agreement. Our deal is not a question of money. It's between a player and the president of the club, the sports director and the coach. It's more than a signed agreement. Again, Nasser Al-Khelaifi here showing that him and Mbappe, they are on the right side of the negotiations table, and saying at the end it's more than a signed agreement just shows the mutual respect between Nasser and Kylian Mbappe, or should I say fear. But listen, players always gotta fear their president in some way or not. And I love this. On Lionel Messi, I have a great respect for him, but if someone wants to speak badly about PSG after his departure, that's not good. That's not where respect is. He's not a bad guy, but I don't like it. I'm going to say it's just not for him, but it's for everyone. We talk when we're here, not when we're gone. And this is 100% facts with Nasser Al-Khelaifi, because I've been extremely heated with Lionel Messi's words after leaving Paris Saint-Germain. When he received that small thing after winning the World Cup at PSG, he said, "Oh, I'm so grateful. PSG didn't need to do anything. I'm so grateful for this award I got," and the applaud from the players and so on and so on. But as soon as he left the club, he said it wasn't enough. I saw other players getting more. La 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 la. I mean, look, if you were an honest person, you would have bitched when you were at PSG, and then we would have reacted to it. But no, you waited until you left to play this disgusting victim card. And I'm absolutely glad that Nasser Al-Khelaifi is putting Messi to the sword, and he's not afraid of saying how he feels, because that's exactly how Messi felt after he left Paris Saint-Germain. And that's not good. That's not where respect is. He starts off, I respect Messi, but what Messi did does not deserve any kind of respect. Neymar and Lionel Messi, I'm very grateful to all the players who play for PSG. They all had good times and bad times. A team is not made of single individual, but 11, even 22. If you want to blame these players, Neymar and Messi, we must also blame me. I'm responsible. Everyone gave their best, and that's very important, but it's also important that the players are grateful to the club after their departure. Whether they had good or bad experiences, moments of happiness or disappointment. Again, 100% completely agree here with Nasser Al-Khelaifi. He's talking that the blame should not be on Neymar and Messi, and he's pretty much attacking the ultras, therefore attacking Neymar and Messi and making them out as the scapegoats, and even putting himself to be accountable for Paris Saint-Germain's disgusting performances here and there. But he also says that you got to be grateful. I mean, Neymar and Messi were two of the highest, most paid players in the entire world. Got to play with Mbappe, got to play in the Champions League, got to, do so many great stuff. And we have barely seen any positive words from them since their departure, which is a bit heartbreaking, but that's how life is. Warren Zaire Emery, I want him to become PSG's Steven Gerrard. I want him to stay his whole life here. He comes from here. He loves the club. He loves the bag. He's here to thank the club. He's a great boy. As a player, we have no doubts about him, but as a person too. His dedication, his family, I really like him. He's an example for young people. Again, huge prop here from Nasser Al-Khelaifi to Warren Zaire Emery. And Nasser is already keeping it. I want him to be a Steven Gerrard. I want him to retire at this club. I want him to fulfill his entire career at this club. And that's exactly what Warren wants, because Warren said, I want to retire at this club. So this love between Nasser and Warren, I absolutely love it. He's the crown jewel of this club. Let's keep it going. On Marco Verratti. Marco, really for me, he was one of the best players at PSG. It was perhaps one of the best investments we've made. We bought him for 11 million, if I'm not mistaken. He stayed for 11 years. Every season, he was one of the best players. Then the coach has a new philosophy, a new strategy. I promised the coach when choosing him that I would be behind him to give him what he wants. That's what we did. Marco remains a PSG legend. Again, even though Marco Verratti left this summer in a bit of a heartbreaking way towards the end of the transfer window to Qatar, Nasser still has a lot of affection and respect for Marco Verratti. Ending it, Marco remains a PSG legend, but he's throwing Lucho a bit under the bus there, even though we knew it before this happened that he was the main protagonist on Marco Verratti's departure from Paris Saint-Germain. On Ethan Mbappe, he's a Parisian. He loves the club too. He wants to stay a long time too. He's a boy from our academy. He's been with us for 7 years and he has the potential to be a great player. The coach adores him. It's nice. Nasser putting some of the compliments he gave to Warren, but less to Ethan Mbappe, talking obviously about the quality and so on. But obviously Ethan has some kind of a future at this club with his big big brother Kylian Mbappe also having a big future at this club. That's been it for Nasser Al-Khelaifi's comments in his recent interview. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought, and if you disagree with one of my opinions that I just had, smash the like button if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the PGNT YouTube channel for daily Paris Saint-Germain content, and as usual, allez Paris.